What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. Now, most of you brothers who know me, you know that I am a staunch pro-black. I am also a person that can be identified as a brother in the Pan-African global community. So when we talk about Dr. Umar Johnson, we are not going to disagree very often on what he teaches. What he teaches about the black community, almost 100% about it, I'm going to always agree. The problem that me as a brother, I'm going to get when he starts simping a little bit too much for women, lying, right? And the problems that Umar Johnson has with financial scams or lies. Okay? But other than that, I'm going to continue to believe what the brother is talking about when it comes to teaching on the issues of the black history and of the black community. I agree almost 100%. With that being said, Dr. Umar Johnson is right now in almost a legal battle with former NFL quarterback Brett Favre. Of course, I'm very familiar with Brett Favre. He used to beat my Niners all the time. So I know of Brett Favre. I know him very well, And you know that Brett Favre has a situation in which he allegedly defrauded some money from Mississippi. Now, if you know Mississippi, that was the harshest state in the Union against African Americans. And Jackson, Mississippi, which is almost one of the last black cities in the nation, and Mississippi is one of the blackest states still left in the nation. So that's why we love Mississippi so much. But then Brett Favre and his legal team didn't take too kindly of Dr. Umar Johnson commenting on Brett Favre's situation, so much so that Brett Favre and his legal team sent a cease and desist letter to Dr. Umar Johnson. What I'd like to do right now is to play a particular clip from a video from a brother who actually broke this down.
Okay, it was dated January 9th, 2023. It was addressed to Dr. Umar Abdullah Johnson, P.O. Box 6872, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. It says, "Dear Dr. Johnson, we have been obtained by Brett L. Favre to investigate potential legal claims against you arising from certain public statements you have made about Mr. Favre. You have a legal counsel in connection with this matter. Please forward this communication with them. In view of this investigation and potential litigation, we hereby demand that you preserve and not destroy, conceal, alter, or otherwise spoliate any and all documents and information in your possession, custody, or control, regardless of where such documents and information reside, including without limitation electronic files and other data generated by and or stored on computers, storage media, and other electronic devices, emails, voicemails, text messages, tweets, social media posts that refer or relate to any way or any of your public statements about Mr. Favre since May 4th, 2020. Failure to comply with this notice or otherwise to preserve such documents and information or other relevant evidence may result in our client seeking sanctions and other relief against you for spoliation and of actual or potential evidence should any litigation arise. Nothing contained in or omitted from this letter is a waiver of any of our clients' rights and remedies, all of which are expressly reserved." And it says, "Sincerely, Daniel R. Benson."
So that brother is Max V World Media. Check out that brother there. The video is called Brett Favre versus Dr. Umar Johnson. Now, Dr. Umar Johnson himself has responded to the allegation. I'll take a time to play that, and then we're going to come back.
As far as the Brett Favre lawsuit go, Brett Favre wants to take me to court. Take me to court, Brett Favre. I'm ready. Somebody let Brett Favre know. Dr. Umar is ready for court. I ain't worrying about that. Where y'all want to go to court at? Pennsylvania, Mississippi. The letter came from New Jersey. I'm ready for court. Just let me know when me and Brett Favre have to be in court together. I'm going to wear my Randall Cunningham jersey. Last jersey Brett Favre wore was the Vikings jersey. Randall Cunningham wore the Vikings jersey and scored the highest quarterback rating in a single season in NFL history, at least up until that time.
Now, Dr. Umar Johnson in the conscious community also has, I would call, enemies. And of course, one of the brothers, I'm not going to say the brother looks at him as an enemy, but he's a staunch critic. He's a brother that I have a good deal of respect for, Brother Q Butter. Shout out to Brother Q Butter out there in Brooklyn, because Q Butter has an actual school that teaches black children. And obviously, Umar has been putting down the conscious community for not donating enough money. But now, while Dr. Umar Johnson is, on the attack from Brett Favre, allegedly Dr. Umar Johnson himself is accused of calling the police on another brother who's been calling him out. I'd like to play Brother Q Butter's response to that, and then we'll also come back.
If the moon was aligned differently, Umar Johnson would not have called the police. You see, you got to understand how the inner workings of the conscious community work. When the forces of the electric field unite with the ether, our powers are unlimited. So what Brother Q did that night was come there before the setting of the moon. So Umar Johnson's melanated forces wasn't in alignment, and the people there knew that. So they said, nah, brother, we can't even have you interact with him because clearly you are no good. See, when I told you I left, there was sage in the building, and I left because the sage ran me out. Umar Johnson knew that I was toxic. So he told his sister, light the sage. Light the sage now. Get the demon out. Light the sage, sister. Cast ye these demons. Ancestors know if that our demons is in this building. I smell a Q Butter. Light some sage in this bitch. And I left. I ain't gonna lie. The sage ran me the fuck out. I was like, oh no. Ooh, this. Oh, they must want me to leave. You want me to leave? Light some sage. Oh, I'm out of here. Oh, my skin started itching. My chakras was on fire. Like, oh, the demon. Sage. That shit off me, son. So, as I was running from the sage, Umar Johnson's team was like, hold on, bro. It's the 12th. And they all had their hand like this. It's the 12th, Umar. If you leave now, Ra will not be able to protect you. Home. We should call the police, brother. Our ancestor Khalid would never have a problem with this, brother, because he understands that on the 12th, your chakras aren't aligned. All this black power shit goes out the window on the 12th. See, on the 15th, our melanin is in alignment with the moon. Everybody knows this. Q's not conscious. That's why the sage got him out of here. See, y'all niggas don't know. Y'all think it's about a parking spot. It's about casting the demons out. And if you don't have the power to cast them out, use a demon to cast out the demon. Let me get a demon in the chat. Can I get a demon in the chat in this bitch? Because Lord knows the Bible did not say use if the demons to do with God's work. But if you read first chapter Enki on God is Light, it says, ye shall use Con Edison or NYPD to cast out those who keep your light from shining.
Now, guys, what I'd like to say about all of this. Now, I know many of you brothers have been sending me, wanting me to weigh in on Dr. Umar Johnson and or the Brett Favre scamming situation out there in Mississippi. And again, Brett Favre, if he's guilty of this, needs to be punished to the fullest extent of the law. Again, Mississippi has a lot of problems, especially the city of Jackson, not only with crime, but with an infrastructure. And that was one of the reasons why Brother Deion Sanders wanted to get out of there. But be it as it may, if Brett Favre is stealing money from Mississippi, which for me, Mississippi is both white and black, my question to Dr. Umar is, don't you steal money also, brother? I mean, and this is what we need to talk about. Umar is also, and I'm dealing with him more because I don't really deal, again, I don't really deal with what the whites are doing. I'm a pro-black, so whatever they do, it's up to them. I don't deal with them for the most part because Mississippi is 55.4% white, 36.4% African-American. But Umar, you are accused of stealing money from 100% black people. So my thing is, why are you so worried about what Brett Favre allegedly is doing? We be worried about your own goddamn school. Like, and I see that with pro-blacks. A lot of times pro-blacks are always calling out somebody else and not worrying about what they need to do. And again, this is the incompetence you see in the Pan-African community, in the world. The Pan-African world literally has some of the most degreed, educated people who are the most stupid. I see it everywhere in the black world. I see it all over the continent of Africa. I see it all over North America. Some of the educated, most acclaimed people cannot get anything done. They might as well have lived in a box. Look at what's going on over there at Bethune-Cookman. People, educated elites, idiots. The Bethune-Cookman situation is a joke. Jackson State, dumb. You'd be better off having, I'm going to say this, gorillas, lions, alligators running the administration of those schools. And Umar is no different. You want to point the finger and act like you ain't did nothing. Umar is one of the most unproductive black men. You got time for a Cash App begging on IG Live, on TikTok Live. And then you go over to the Breakfast Club, which they don't have no respect for you because you're an idiot. And there's even clips. They don't respect you. You over here giving out lashes to people like you're a joke. You're a joke. I agree with what you talk about, but usually you're a joke. How about worrying about what we need to do for our people? But y'all will do that to keep the situations off of you, because you ain't doing nothing. We always hear the people who don't do no building always talking about what the black community do to build. And you can't even put a doorknob on the goddamn building. Ain't that something? The people who talk about building can't even put a doorknob on the building. Can't even put a sheetrock. Can't even buy the land. Let me tell you about this one pastor in Sacramento. I won't call his name. We have a pastor in Sacramento who's been holding some land to build his church for almost 30 years. Got the sign out there. Been trying to be a pastor for a long time. I won't call the brother's name. Okay? He's older than me, but I won't call him name. Can't put a doorknob on the church. And for those of you who can go, you know what the streets in Del Paso Heights, his sign been out there for over 20 years. He owned the land. Can't put a doorknob on the church. Not one. But there he is, all in Black Del Paso Heights, criticizing other people, talking about the word of God, what need to happen. That Negro can't even put a doorknob on that building. Can't even get the infrastructure down there. It's a joke. And do you know that people talk about you? Oh, you know that pastor? Yeah, I know Reverend so-and-so. He's an idiot. That's what they say. I hear him saying it. All you got to do is go to these smorgasbords, the black churches, you go to, back in the day, Hometown Buffet, Golden Corrals, stuff like that. Listen to those church people talk about these terrible preachers. That's what Umar is. Umar is not a Christian pastor, but he's somebody that people in the conscious community, you mention his name, in the Pan-African world. What are we going to say about Umar? He's intelligent, but... And once you get to that but, people going to be sitting around having he's a joke. Nobody in the black world respects him to do what he said he's going to do. Now, if he's talking about a topic or a subject, you'll listen to that. But if it's about credibility, he don't have it. And people with no credibility that want to go around telling somebody what to do, you'll be better off just shutting up because you make yourself look so stupid. Do you know how dumb you look? When you're talking about something that you don't know, and nobody will tell you that to your face. That's why I'm here today. Because you sound and you look dumb. You have no idea on what you're talking about. Everybody knows this. Everybody knows this. And I'm going to tell you, I don't care about what the white folks are doing. I don't care about them. It don't make me no hill of bean, what they, like the old folk used to say back in the day. It don't make me a hill of bean. I don't care what they do. I care about what I'm doing. And that's all that matters is what I'm doing. I care about what the community that we're supposed to be helping doing it. Because if Brett Favre scammed him out of $5 million, we can't hold them accountable for Brett Favre because that's the state of Mississippi's fault. They'll deal with him and they can make that money back immediately. But when you give Umar Johnson that money, we can't get that money back immediately, can we? No, we can't. So why are we worried about him? But anyways, guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell. We're out.